What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Quest 3, got it in the house. Actually, I have been testing it for the past couple of days. I've done everything I could with this thing, and I'm here to tell you that this thing is definitely worth the upgrade. So before we get into this, I want to break it up into two different categories. One category is for someone who have never tried a virtual headset like this before. The other categories are for some of you that are watching this and own a Quest 2. Let's talk about the people who have never tried a virtual headset before. This headset right here has been phenomenal from a gaming console standpoint. The reason why I say that is because I have every single console that you can imagine out there, and the time that I have on it, they're just console. They're just games. This is a different type of experience. I would rather buy this headset over the Xbox, PlayStation 5, or anything out there. The reason why is the immersiveness of this, you just cannot get with those consoles, where they're asking if they should get this or a PlayStation VR headset. To me, it's actually a very different comparison. Yeah, there's something that you put on your head, but the games that comes with it are built for console, for controllers. This is a totally different experience. Everything that's built on here are built with this in mind. So that means that from the ground up, the games are built for VR experience. If you don't believe me, you've got to try out Robo Recall. It's probably one of the best games to try on the headset. It's fantastic. I've never experienced anything like that before, where it's just snappy, fluid. Everything about it is amazing. For me, grabbing a robot and then tearing its head off, I mean, there's just something about it. And the way the robot fires the bullet at you and you can grab it off the air and throw it back at them, it's phenomenal, the experience. I've never felt anything like that before. Dodging bullets, grabbing it off the air, throwing it back at the robots. I mean, it's built from the ground up. So to me, it's a different experience. So if that's your question, if you should get the PlayStation VR headset or a Quest 3 headset, I'm gonna say the Quest 3 if you are looking for a great VR experience. Don't get me wrong, I love my PlayStation VR headset with Gran Turismo. It's a fantastic experience. But at the end of the day, it is a console game and it is built for the controllers. Now let's talk about the people that have the Quest 2 and trying to upgrade to this next gen. What are you getting out of the upgrade? One, you're getting the RGB Passthrough, which, by the way, because of that, there are so much more applications. It feels so much better with the whole pass-through and how you can just grab a screen and move it wherever you want, because the mixed reality is actually usable now. You can actually see where you're walking, see the people in front of you as you're watching a YouTube video. I didn't realize that I needed it until I used it over the weekend. So the second thing is the minute upgrade that they've done to the Quest 3 over the Quest 2. I totally love it. The reason why I say that is because all the little things that bugs me about the Quest 2. So how would you align the eyepiece in the Quest 2? Just bugs me, and now they've literally solved that problem with this. Yeah, it's phenomenal. It actually works really, really well. The volume button are placed perfectly right there. I see some contact points. I'm assuming that that's to charge the headset when they do release their docking station. At this point, I haven't seen the docking station yet. Maybe I'm missing it somewhere. I'm not sure how I feel about the USB-C port being right over here on the temple. That kind of bugs me because, I mean, the design is pretty much the same as the Quest 2, and I was hoping that I could use some of my Quest 2 accessory to go along with it. So for some of you Quest 2 users that have a lot of accessory that you've invested in, the head strap that you bought probably won't work on here. In terms of comfortability, is it more comfortable than the Quest 2? I'm using the default head strap right here, and I was able to get in like an hour worth of gaming time. And that's when I start feeling the pressure on my face. As you can see, I have really high cheekbone right here, and this headset right here just kind of crush it a little bit with these. So I would say that that's still an issue for us who have used the Quest 2 before. It's still an issue. But obviously, I'm getting some new straps in so that it can balance out the front a little bit. So hopefully I can do a review on those and let you know on that one. Controller, from the Quest 2 over to the Quest 3, the controller, absolutely an upgrade. But there's just something about this where I feel like you're gonna need some kind of grip or strap on your hand, because a lot of the games require that you hold this right here, and when you let go, I feel like I need it to still stay on my hand. And so yeah, I am gonna get some strap for it, just because the controller is pretty much, it's very simple. Yeah, they've do away with the whole round thingamajig, but yeah, it's smaller. I mean, I don't hit it together as much as I do with the Quest 2. So I would say from an upgrade standpoint, yeah, it's a little upgrade. Now, the cool part about the controller is that as you're playing with the controller, you look down on your controller, you can actually see the lights lit up right here to tell you the battery level and things like that, which I thought was a pretty cool little addition that they've done there. But in terms of the feel and everything, I feel like it's the same as the Quest 2 controllers. So there's really no upgrade there from a feel standpoint. The batteries, it's still a AA batteries. You really can't, you know, it's not a really rechargeable battery at all. So it's still the same kind of battery. As you can see right there. They did upgrade the grip a little bit to where in terms of removing the battery, you press this little button right there. It's kind of hidden. And then it pops this thing out. Now, let's talk about the most important thing that I found as I was using this, which didn't really occur to me until after the fact. The whole tracking, hand tracking, I feel like it's a huge upgrade on this. I know they've upgraded some sensors and things like that around the headset in order to track your hand more better. It actually knows the 5 fingers. I was using it and I felt like the hand tracking has been upgraded tremendously from the Quest 2. So for some of you that love the hand tracking, not using the controller to, you know, control the menu and things like that, on the Quest 3 is a lot better with the hand tracking. It actually knows. And there are some extra features on here with the whole opening menu with, you know, pinching like this. It works really well on the Quest 3. From a gaming standpoint, I feel like the screen is definitely a huge upgrade on this piece right here. You're absolutely paying more money because of that screen. I felt like the screen is so much crispier and cleaner compared to the Quest 2. Going back to the Quest 2 is going to be hard for me because after using this thing and playing games on it, it's going to be very hard because the text is legible, it's clean, it's crisp, it's clear. I was able to literally like push the menu away and still read the text that's on the menu, which is something to be said in a VR headset. So let's talk about the things I don't like about purchasing this headset. First off, the 128 gig, I don't know why they even released that package. You need at least 256, but they don't have that package at all. It's either 128 or 512. And so it's a no-brainer to get a 512 because all the games that you install on there, you're gonna need at least 100 gig in order to install all the games that you wanna play. I have a handful of games that I bought, and at the end of the day, after I installed everything on here, it took up an entire 100 gig out of the 512 gigs. So I still have 400 gigs left on this thing, which is gonna be plenty for other games. But I'm just saying, the 128 gig is not going to be enough for you, and you're going to need to be deleting a lot of games and adding them on. I mean, unless you only play just 1 or 2 games off of the store, then that's probably good for you. But for me, I've loaded a lot of things on there, and it took up an entire 100 gig. Now, number 2, the second thing I don't like about this is the pass-through. The pass-through feels a little warpy sometime on the side. I feel like it can give some people motion sickness. I actually had to take a rest like every 30 minutes just because of that weird warpy feeling that the pass-through has. But once you get into the games, it should be fine. Third things, which should have been like my first thing that I didn't like, was once again with the pass-through. The pass-through, you really can't use pass-through to like, you know, look at your computer or use your phone or look at your phone or text on your phone. You can't really do that, I would say, because the way the pass-through camera RGB works, it's pretty low quality. So it's not like you can read your phone very well, and the brightness on it is just super bright. It causes, there's a bunch of halo on your phone when you look at it. So I don't know how to explain it. I may be able to show you it, but it's yeah, it's pretty unusable. You can talk to someone, you can see their face expression, but when it comes to using your phone or looking at the computer screen, the pass-through is not gonna work very well. Even though, you know, Meta kind of marketed it that way, it won't work very well. All right, so that's pretty much the 3 things that I really don't like about it. Now, I forgot to mention one thing that I do like about this is that they do come with an app that connects to your Mac or your PC, and it just literally just emulate your PC on inside the headset. So you can actually get like a 50-inch monitor inside your headset. It's incredible. I would say if you're thinking of getting like a TV or something like that, I would say get this headset because you got to get a bigger screen in here. And you blow up that screen, it looks fantastic. Anyway, guys, that's the gist of it right there. That's my couple of days of playing around with the headset. I hope you guys find it useful. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.